Former TV anchor Esther Arunga has been released on parole by the Brisbane Supreme Court after she was sentenced to 10 months for being an accessory to the manslaughter of her son. The Supreme Court in Brisbane, Australia, said the sentence took into account mitigating factors that perhaps explained her behaviour 4 years ago. NTV's Brenda Wanga reports on the reprieve that also sees her reunited with her two daughters.
6 years after the violent death of her firstborn child and 9 since the start of a downward spiral, Esther Arunga Timberlake can now breathe a sigh of relief. Today in the Brisbane Supreme Court, a judge handed her a second chance at redemption. For her role in the manslaughter of Sinclair Timberlake, Esther was sentenced to 10 months out of a possible 25 years jail term. But she will not spend a single day in jail. She was promptly released on parole. The Supreme Court judge in his sentencing took into account Esther's state at the time of making the misleading statement to the investigators. He says Esther went from being a wife and mother who was nursing a 6-month-old baby and trying to establish a young family in a new country to losing her son, husband and daughters. Justice Barnes also took note of what he says were cultural considerations. He says Esther demonstrated that she clearly deferred to her husband for most of what she said and demonstrated a real sense of obligation to him. The judge also says the shock that the death of her son had left her in must have contributed to her untrue statement at the time of the interview.
Isn't that what people...
Esther admitted to lying to the police on the circumstances that led to her son's death. At the time of the incident in June 2014, she had called the police and told them that her son had fallen down the stairs in their house while playing with his sister. Autopsy examination results, however, indicated that the toddler had died as a result of a severe blunt force such as punching or stamping or similar, and that his injuries were inconsistent with the fall. During the trial, Esther corroborated the autopsy findings, saying she walked into the bathroom to find her husband hitting Sinclair in the stomach and throwing him against the wall to remove the devil that he believed was inside the little boy. At the time of her arrest, her 2 younger daughters had been taken into foster care. She has since been reunited with them. Brenda Wanga, NTV.